Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, this literally does not work. So I appreciate you guys. We are about 24 hours, well, by the time you see this video, about 24 hours away from the franchise tag deadline. And I want to tell a little story. This is a little bedtime story for all those out there that think it's so easy. Bam. So easy to get a quarterback. I have some friends and family members who are followers of the Washington football team, who have been literally looking for a quarterback for a long time. And I mean a long ass time. I want to just give you guys just a little taste of what they've been trying to do. Let's just go back. We'll just take 10 years for the window for them. 10 years. After giving up on guys like Patrick Ramsey, first round bust. After giving up on guys like Jason Campbell, first round draft pick. The Washington football team decided we're going to get a veteran quarterback. So they traded a second and a third round pick for Donovan McNabb. Excuse me. I've got actually, Mississippi State colors. After they traded a second and a third to get Donovan McNabb, they signed him to a 5-year, $75 million contract. At the time, 2010, that was huge. Tom Brady was only making $78 million. Thing is he only lasted one season and had $40 million guaranteed. Fully guaranteed, $40 million. So Washington gave up a second and a third to get Donovan McNabb, who played 1 year, $40 million. They meandered with, other quarterbacks that they had, didn't do too much. So they decided, we are going to go through and we're going to get one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. And they decided, we're going for RG3. RG3, rookie of the year, but unfortunately tore his knee up. In that trade, they traded up. They used 3 number ones and a second. They ended up paying him $21 million. $21 million. $21 million they paid RG3. He stayed on the roster for a couple more years, but it was clear that Shanahan didn't want him. And then they had Kirk Cousins, who, interestingly enough, was drafted in the same draft as RG3. 4th round draft pick. Ended up playing really, really well. Got the franchise tag not once at $19 million, but twice at $24 million. Of course, Washington didn't go to the playoffs or anything. They did go to the playoffs 1 year. But it ended up being they didn't really do much in those playoffs. But they paid him over $46 million. $46 million to Kirk Cousins. After franchise tagging him twice, They let him go. They let him go because they said, you know what? We're going to go through and we're going to get a veteran quarterback that has a track record again. And so they went to the former number 1 pick in the draft, Alex Smith. Alex Smith, who started out with the 49ers and then ended up with Kansas City under Andy Reid and played really, really well. Not a guy that would cause any problems, great team leader, and a guy they figured, this is the guy. They signed him to a $71 million contract. $71 million. He tore up his knee, his leg. Tore up his leg and missed the next 2 seasons and was never really quite back. After that, they decided, you know what? We're going to draft a quarterback again. We're going to draft a quarterback again. Bam. Look at that. Carolina Panthers. Okay, I'm not a Carolina fan, but damn, tell me that does not look good. Okay. So, they draft Dwayne Haskins. Haskins doesn't make it through the second season. Haskins, let go. Another first-round pick. So, if you're keeping track, gotta make sure this thing's hot enough. If you're keeping track, Donovan McNabb, second-round pick. RG3, second pick in the draft. Gave up 3 number 1s and a second. Kirk Cousins, 2 franchise tags. $46 million. Haskins, Alex Smith, $71 million. $71 million. For really, total playing time, you might as well say was 1 total season. Hold your ears for a second. Bam. Look at that. Burned in there. Jobu's logo. You might as well say total time that he played for the Washington football team was really about 1 season's worth. Haskins, drafted in first round. They're still paying him $4 million this year and I think next year. Yeah. And I think he was $14 million. I want you to keep in mind, in 2015, Drew Brees became the highest paid quarterback at $20 million. Over the course of the last 10 years, the Washington football team has spent $200 million on trying to find a quarterback and probably will draft one this year again or trade a couple of first-round picks to try and get somebody. So as we sit here, 1 day away from franchise tagging or long-term dealing Dak Prescott, keep that in mind when you say it's just easy to get a quarterback. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Call me a Dak Prescott lover. Not really a Cowboy fan. I don't care. Call me what you will. You can tell me that I don't know anything about football, that I'm an idiot, That's cool. That's cool. But I know one thing. If the Cowboys end up letting Dak Prescott go, it will be, it'll be ugly. But hey, what do I know? I'm a guy here who just does construction works and makes racks. I don't work for ESPN, and I certainly don't work for the Dallas Cowboys. So there's no way I have any credibility. Now it's funny. I've had I want you to understand that I love talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I love doing my live streaming. I hope you tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll bring you the latest on everything that's going on with the Dak Prescott contract situation. But I've had some people that commented and said, is this a Dallas Cowboys channel or a woodworking show? Well, because this is broke-ass media, and I call it broke-ass media because, well, I'm a broke ass. I have to multitask so I can pay my bills. But if you want to do something bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. And you'll find a way to provide. And that's what I'm doing right now. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hoodie rack. Look at this. Hoodie rack. Shot glass rack. And woo-wee, hat rack. That's what I'm talking about. I'll see you guys tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Peace.